Hi guys, in this video I am going to talk about Amazon Alexa, and we are going to create a custom skill using Amazon Alexa console and custom services using AWS Lambda. So what is Alexa? So Alexa is a virtual assistant developed by Amazon. It provides something called skills to the customers. Some of them are like voice interaction, music playback, making to-do list, setting alarms and reminders, streaming podcast, providing weather, news, sports, and other real-time information. It can control smart devices using itself as a home automation system, and it's a cloud-based service. Now, Alexa offers something called skills to its customers. So, what is the basis of those skills? So, it is something called Alexa Skill Kit, or known as Ask. So, Alexa Skill Kit is a collection of APIs, tools, and documentation which help the developers to create a skill properly. So Alexa skill consists of two main parts, which is the skill interface and skill services. So skill interface is something when which you configure the voice interaction, and skill services are your business logic, something like AWS Lambda or custom HTTP services. So skill interface along with skill service constitute a proper skill. Now let's deep dive into skill service. So what is skill service? It manages the business logic behind the skill. That is what action to take for a particular word or sentence by the user, manages user accounts, manages HTTP request, manage sessions, manage interaction with data services, databases, etc. Services can be implemented in any language and which gives a JSON response. Service implements event handlers to respond to user event. There are system provided handlers as well as custom intent handlers. The recommended way is to use AWS Lambda for the services using JavaScript like Node.js. Let's dive into skill interface. So what is skill interface? Skill interface manages the user voice interaction, configuration of words or utterances, processing of voice by the user. It converts the voice from user to events which the skills service can understand and process. Skill interface configuration is run in Alexa Developer Console. Some of the configurations are invocation, like invocation name to begin interaction with a particular skill. Intent, and intent represents an action that fulfills user's spoken request. You will be adding sample utterances for natural language understanding. Intent will have an intent schema. These configuration together create something called interaction model, and you have to build this interaction model to create a custom skill. So this is the basis of Alexa. Now let's create a custom skill.
Okay guys, in this video uh, I'm going to talk about how we can create a custom skill through Amazon Alexa's skill console, and we'll create a AWS service which our skills will use. So as the first step, you need to create an account in developer.amazon.com. So it is a free account, so you just need to go to developer.amazon.com and follow the procedures there. So I have already created my own account. So once you log into developer.amazon.com, you can see the different services they offer. So in this you can select Amazon Alexa. So let's click on it. So here you need to go to your Alexa consoles, go to skills, So here you will see all the skills that you have created. So these are some sample skills which I already created. Now let's create a new skill. So press create skill, give a skill name. So here we are going to create a skill which gives the names of Disney superheroes. So let's give the name as Disney heroes, and we set the language as English US. Press next. So now you will be asked to select an interaction model. So you have a custom option, you have a pre-built interaction models like flash briefing and smart home. Let's select the custom, then create. So now you get into the console where you can configure your skills by providing utterances, invocation name, etc. So this is where you build your interaction model. So step one, you give an invocation name. So let's here also let's give it as Disney heroes. So this is the name with which you invoke Alexa like this. So Alexa, ask Disney heroes to get me a hero, something like that, and click save. So now you have created your invocation name. Now the next step, you need to add intent. So as we discussed earlier, intents are something which you can relate to user actions. So when a user says a particular sentence or word, it gets converted to intent. So which the AWS Lambda service understands. So let's add a intent, give it a name as get Disney hero. Now we need to give sample utterances. So this is where the important part. So you have to run through all the permutation combinations, what the user is going to say. So here for a test purpose, we'll just add a few utterances. Please fetch me a hero. Get me a hero. Okay, I added two utterances. Click save model. These are some of the built-in intents which you can implement like help, stop, cancel. So you can define behaviors here. So now if you go to the JSON editor, you can see how these intents translate to a JSON file. So this is how it looks like. So whatever you have added, right, get Disney hero, it appeared here as samples. And I'm going to add some more built-in intents. So click on help intent. So let's give it help as the utterance word. Now click on add intent, choose the existing intent, look for yes. So this will be an intent which respond to users yes or no utterances. Let's add no. Now let's go to yes. Give the utterance as yes. Let's go to no. Give the utterance as no. Now if you go to the JSON editor, you can see those things we added uh, got in the JSON. So this is another way to configure your interaction model. You can create a JSON with the following structure, and you just paste it here, all the configuration will appear. Okay, so this is all as of now for the skills interface. Now we need to build the skill service for this skill interface. So for that, let's switch to AWS Lambda console. Okay, step one, you need to go to aws.amazon.com and create a new account there. While creating, you need to make sure you have used the same email address that you have used to create the developer account at developer.amazon.com. So when you create an account in aws.amazon.com, this is a paid account. You have to give your credit card details, but as a beginner you will be getting some offers. So for 1 year it's free, and for a number of limited requests it is free. So for this tutorial, you don't need to worry like unless and until you go into a production mode. uh, you should worry about the billing amount and all, so be careful on that. So as of now, I have provided the credit card details, and I know that I am not going to publish this soon into the store. So I know there will be lesser requests coming in. So once you log into console.amazon.com, you can see all the services which I have recently visited. So you have to go to Lambda service and make sure you choose North Virginia as of now. So here you can find the function that is already created, which I have created earlier, which holds the logic for the other skills that I have. Next step is to create a function. Let's click on create function. So there are a couple of options you have here. You can create a function from scratch, or you can use some blueprints wherein which some pre-configurations are already done. So I'm going to choose from blueprints. So, and I'm going to choose Alexa Skill Kit SDK Fact Skill. So one advantage here is that uh, you will have the Alexa SDK already configured and installed when you use a pre-built skill. Else you have to configure it yourself. Let's give a name. Then you need to assign a role. So roles can be configured in IAM, so which I'm not going to cover here. So you will have by default an admin role, and I have created a Lambda for skill role, which is consists of basic execution rights, uh, read rights, etc. After that, create function. Now this function has been created. Next step is to add triggers. So from the left side column, you could see Alexa skill kit. So you need to choose it and add it to the trigger section. Now it will ask you to configure. To configure that, you need to go back to skills interface, go back to your skills list, copy the skill ID, go back to AWS console, click on configuration required, and here just paste the skill ID and click add, then save it. So now your Alexa skill kit is configured. Now click on Disney Heroes. Now you can see all your node modules, packages, Alexa SDK, all these things are already configured since we choose the blueprint. And you have a sample index.js, which what it does is it gives you a fact, a random fact. So what we are going to do is we are going to modify this. So I have already created a function uh, for fetching the Disney heroes and all, which I am going to use it here. Okay, so here what I did was like you have the app ID, so I have replaced our app ID, then define some constants like skill name, some text, help messages, more messages, etc. Then this is the data which we are going to feed into the skills interface. So I have put some of the names of Disney heroes here. Now we come to the intent handlers. So whenever a user opens up your skill, the first method which will be triggered is a launch request. Okay, in the launch request, I am going to call get Disney hero function. So what this get Disney hero does is it randomly returns the name of a hero, and I am just preparing a speech text with some gestures and all, and finally create a speech output and then ask the Alexa SDK to respond it back. So that is what I am doing here. And you have a card renderer. So once the Alexa respond to any skill, you can send a card to your Amazon Alexa app, which displays there. And you can see when the user say yes, because I am asking a follow-up question, like I am uh, giving the user a hero and I am asking like, do you want more? So that is done through this. Like first you speak it out and then you listen. And this more is the more message, like, do you want more? So and it listens after speaking it out. So if the user says yes, I will get another hero. And if the user say no, I will just say enjoy the day and goodbye. And if there is a help, users want a help, then I would say like, okay, you can say please fetch me a hero. This is one of the utterances that we gave in the skill interface. Or you can say exit. What can I help you with? Then you have, if you say stop, you'll have the stop message here. So this is pretty much it on the services side of it. Now the other thing, you need to configure this endpoint in your skill interface. So let's copy this endpoint, go back to your skills interface. So go to your endpoint. So here you can see you can have a custom service or you can have AWS Lambda, so which is the recommended one. So you put it in the default region and save. So now your interface know once it identifies the intent from where to fetch the information. So that's it. Now let's go to intents and build the model. Now the build is successful. Let's test it out. Click on the test tab. It will ask you to allow your microphone. So let's allow it. Let's enable. So let's type in a word.
Here's your hero, Aladdin. Do you want more? Here's your hero, Bambi. Do you want more? Here's your hero, Mickey Mouse. Do you want more? Enjoy the day. Goodbye.
That's it. Now you have a working custom skill created. So once you have your skill ready in place, it gets automatically added to your Amazon Alexa app. Under the skills section, you will be seeing a development skill, so which will be your skill that you have developed, and it gets automatically enabled in your Alexa, Amazon Echo Dot, and the other devices. So you can play with that too. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.